Over the walk-on girl there, the number 6 seed up against fellow Englishman Stuart Kellett. Wes Newton beat Dinwiddie Stanley 6-1 in his second round match last night. Stuart Kellett came through against Bernard Royth, one of the European qualifiers, and then beat Simon Whitlock, an out of sorts Simon Whitlock, hitting 4 180s in the process as he went on to beat the Aussie 6-3. Rod Harrington alongside me in the commentary box, I'm delighted to say, this afternoon. So we've already seen Michael Van Gerwen looking in much sharper form than he did last night. He's booked his place against into the quarter-final, and he'll play either Newton or Kellett.
Yeah, he did. He took the game a lot more serious than he did against Steve Maish. And he could have come unstuck against Steve Maish. Steve Maish had darts of the double yesterday, but as I said, it was a lot better performance from Michael against Kevin. And a good afternoon to everybody. The sun's shining here in Europe, and I understand it's shining back home, so the floods might decrease a little bit. But a good afternoon of darts coming up in this match. Well, we know what Wes Newton can do. He's got that experience on the big stage, and Stuart, he's learning the trade at the moment, but he's a dangerous customer. Lost to John Part in the final in Minehead last year of the first Euro event of 2013. So he's got a bit of pedigree, good scorer. It'll be interesting to see how he gets out of the gate. I know we say it so often in this game, but it is important when you're playing the big guns, as we call them. You've got to get in front of them and try and put some pressure on them.
Yeah, Stuart Kellett only with the PDC for a couple of years, so they've only met each other once, these two. That was in a Players' Championship event in November 2012, where Simon beat Wes Newton 6-5 in the last 64 match in Crawley. Well, they've got the board how they like it. They're now going to throw for nearest the ball to see who throws first.
25.
A lot of tournaments, of course, the nearest the ball is done backstage, but here on the European Tour, the crowd get to see it as well. And it is Wes then throwing first, the number 6 seed. And we saw half of the seeds tumble out of the competition yesterday, but Wes, one of those, made it through, and someone who will fancy his chances of making it through to tonight's final and picking up that £20,000 first prize.
100.
Yeah, we was talking about who's playing this afternoon. The standout game for me is Dave Chisnell against A.D. Lewis. Another one of those where if you blink you're going to miss a leg, as Wes Newton puts in the first maximum, the second 3 darts of his afternoon's campaign here in Holland. It sees him hit a maximum. And he did play well against Barney. I mean, Barney took an early lead against Wes and then just, fell by the wayside, which, Barney tends to do at times now. But Wes is learning, I call it the trade, the apprenticeship, there's loads of phrases for it. But he is learning it well. He doesn't give up. He's got grit and determination, and I do like to see that in a player.
Yes, and playing in the Premier League for a second successive year, underlining his credentials as a top 8 player now in the world. 167 out shot. We have seen it taken out this weekend, but it won't happen now, so we'll look to set up. I was probably hoping for a bit more than that, but it is a 2-dart finish when he comes back, with Kellett just trading in this opening leg of the match.
Well, 82 is the only number over 80 that should guarantee you a dart at a double without hitting a treble. So they go for the 25 bullseye first, now the 17, and that leaves the double top, as I said, for Wes Newton to wrap up the first leg. A cool 15-dart leg. Level tons across the board for the first leg.
Newton looking to fill up the treble 20 slot. Doesn't quite do it. Here comes Newton back, looking to do likewise.
Wes, in the early days, Mike, when he used to release the dart, he really used to kind of throw the head to the right-hand side. And over the last 3 or 4 years, that has started to come out of his throw. And I think that's one of the biggest differences of him getting more consistent. He still does it a little bit, as you can see, but it used to be a lot worse than that, which we pulled up a few times, which he said it doesn't worry me, but he's gradually got it out of his throw and he's a better player, so something is working.
Yes, as well as competing in that Premier League last year, also took part in the World Series events in Dubai and Sydney that were new to the calendar, and enjoyed a European Tour win in Germany in April in Sindelfingen, as well as scoring a 9-darter in the UK Open. So certainly another year of solid progress for Newton. Meanwhile, Kellett still playing darts part-time and doing a day job as a web designer alongside it, the 32-year-old from Northwich. You sense if he continues to rise up the rankings, there will come a time when he'll have to make a decision about going full-time. The calendar's so full now for these players. The Premier League, obviously Wes will be in Belfast on Thursday night, and then early part of next month the UK Open finals at a new venue in Minehead. A new venue for that tournament, I should say, because obviously we've had other Players' Championship finals, etc. played there, but switching from Bolton to Minehead, and that one will be live on ITV4. Going around the houses here to finish off this leg, so a chance for Kellett to draw level early on.
Well, he finally hits the double 16. He nearly gave that leg away to Wes. As I said, we're in Belfast, live on Sky Sports, 7 p.m. British time. It'll be interesting to see how Phil Taylor plays, how Raymond van Barneveld played, two of the big guns. Both of them losing in Bournemouth on Thursday. And Wes, this man, was the one who beat Raymond.
Crowd not making as much noise as they were for the first match, understandably. Seeing Michael van Gerwen in the opening match of the afternoon. And as I mentioned, there are other Dutch stars still in the tournament. Vincent van der Voort is last on, up against Richie Burnett. Next up on stage here, it'll be Michael Mansell against Joe Cullen.
Yes, and how well did Joe Cullen, well, both players, Mickey Mansell and Joe Cullen, brilliant performances. And you mentioned Richie Burnett, and beaten Peter Wright, the informed Peter Wright, and of course Van der Voort taking out the 138 to beat Gary Anderson. And I just had a little sit down with Gary, and he's still moaning about it. He couldn't believe he'd done it.
And yes, Mickey Mansell knocking out the reigning Dutch Masters champion Kim Huybrechts 6-4 last night.
100. Western One 91.
Well, he's gone the treble 17 double top route, not the 25, because Kellett not on a double or not on a shot, and he cleans that up. And another level 15 dart leg for Wes Newton on his throat. He's not going to lose a lot of games if he could carry that off. And every time he throws first, so pressure for Kellett now to hold on to his throat.
114.
There is that phrase that you know you're getting old when policemen start looking younger. I think you know you're getting old when darts markers start looking younger. The chap there standing behind Paul Aircaller as Paul calls out another 180. Yes, he looks barely out of short trousers. Good to see youngsters coming through and taking an interest in darts, both as players and as officials. The game couldn't run without the markers and the scorers and the officials. They do an important job every weekend, week in, week out.
Well, they had a youth tournament here last year in Holland, and 400 youngsters turned up to play in it. That just shows you how popular the game is getting. And the more it goes on TV and the more prize money that we put in, obviously that will grow even further. Oh, Wes gone off 180, 140 in this leg, and it is against the throw. And I do say that if you're going to hit 180s, hit them against the throw, because that's when you need them extra points. 68 scored.
Shake of the head from Kellett. Well, that's good picking off of the treble 19 to leave a 2-darter if he does get a chance to come back, but Newton will look to turn the screw here and finish this off on double 14, which he does for a 1-2-1 out shot. Solid stuff at the start of this third round match from Wes Newton, averaging 104.9, and now against the throw taking a 3-1 lead.
Yes, a high class performance here from Newton. 12 darter against the throw to take a 3-1 lead, and doing a real good professional job. And Kellett is going to have to start finding the treble 20 just like that if he's going to get back in this game. He's the one now that's got to look at a 12 dart leg to break the throw of Newton, but is Newton, well, Newton doesn't switch that often, and that's why he can find the smallest of gap in the treble 20, and 180s back to back.
Yes, another good quality match for the third round afternoon at the Dutch Masters, and you sense the standards will just rise and rise as the players make it through and the cream rises to the top. With the quarterfinals, the semis and the final all played this evening, remember. Kicking off at 7 o'clock local time here, 6 o'clock if you're watching us in the UK. He did it last time. Another chance for 1-2-1 on the outshot. He wants the bullseye Newton for a 4-1 lead here.
And that was right on the wire, but Kellett, he has scored superbly in this leg, and he's given himself 2 darts at double 16 to get the throw back. And he needs to break him here. 11 dart leg from Stuart Kellett. Brilliant game of darts this is turning out to be. Second game here on Sunday afternoon. The sun's shining, it's warming up, and certainly on that stage the darts are red hot.
Yes, great finish by Kellett, and just a little show of emotion to his supporters at the side of the stage. Getting him right back in it, breaking straight back.
Well, Wes Newton up to over 108 now, or just on 108 coming up, and Kellett just under the 100, a smidgen under the 100 as we see it there, over 108 now for Wes Newton. That's an incredible game, and if you looked at those averages you would think that Wes Newton would be more than 3-2 up, but all it means is that the legs that Kellett's winning, Wes Newton is still playing brilliant on those legs. Sometimes you see a big gap in averages, and and the scores can be level. It's just because sometimes a player may play absolute rubbish when he's lost a leg, and if he's lost it, it's irrelevant what average it is.
Yes, the highest average we've seen so far this weekend was Mervyn King, who was in blistering form to see off the Belgian youngster Dimitri van den Berg 6-0 yesterday. 103.6 Mervyn. And he will take on the Undertaker from South Wales, who's having a good weekend here, Kevin Thomas. That's on stage later on here.
Well, I say it so often that you work so hard to break your opponent's throw, and then you just kind of give it away, and literally that's what Stuart Kellett's done in this match. He's made it very easy for Newton to get this throw back. 184 after 12 darts. Any chance he's got, needs a 140. Well, he's going to do that. Coming down for the 16s now. But the way Newton's been playing, Mike, can't see him missing this with 3 darts in his hand. Only needs the first dart. So he gets back to 2 legs clear, and he steps up to throw to go 5-2 up.
Yes, looking good, the man from Fleetwood in Lancashire.
81.
Looking to win a berth in the quarterfinals this evening. It would be the first quarterfinal on, up against Michael van Gerwen.
123.
Good last start to salvage something from that visit, Kellett. He will keep battling away. We've seen him come back and take some big scalps as he's made his way towards the top 32 in the world over the last year or so. He does have the quality to take out opponents of a higher stature, shall we say.
I was going to say, Mike, that's the worst visit of the game for Wes Newton, and really has let Stuart into get this throw back. Well, you would think he's going to get 6 darts on 196. I know Newton is on a checkout. He wants to hit, I was going to say a little 140 would be absolutely perfect. A visit without a treble is not going to help his cause at all in this match. See, I understand that 25 because it leaves him 90. Should guarantee him a dart, the third dart at the bullseye. I understand that one, but sometimes on 1-2-1 when they go for the 25 with the first dart, that baffles me. So it could go the 25 bullseye, which it looks like he is. Well, he stayed on the 20 final. He took the chance there, did Wes Newton.
That was to go to within one leg of victory in the third round. Can Kellett keep his charge alive? 72 left.
Well, he's taking the chance there, Mike. He's gone, attacked the treble instead of going the 25 route. Well, he's going double 18, and does it! A great check out from Stuart Kellett. He took the aggressive route on the 92, going for the treble 20. And he stepped back after hitting the 20 and think, well, that double 18's at least twice the size of the treble. I'll have a couple of them and thank you very much.
We saw Van Gerwen attempt 2 double 18s in his match. Didn't manage to do it, but Kellett there. Great stuff to put him right back in it. We did say he's a battler, he's a fighter. He won't give up his place in this Dutch Masters competition for 2014 easily.
Well, Wes has just gone off the ball a little bit. He's come down to 102 average. It's still brilliant average, but he's come down by just over 6 points. And that's given Stuart Kellett a chance to get back in the match. That's a better dart from Kellett, sitting up absolutely beautifully in the treble 20. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. After the first one, he would expect a 140 from that visit. Unlucky with the third dart, though. But Newton's going to punish him, and punish him he does with another maximum. He's fourth of the match. Third of the match, sorry.
Yes, he had just gone a little bit off the boil there, Newton, but that 180 puts him right back in this leg, and if he can get a ton 40 would set it up nicely. Just a ton then, so still a 2-darter when he comes back to go to within one leg of victory. And Kellett really does need to hit at least one big treble here. Not going to happen though.
Well, 6 darts from here for Newton. likes the double top to go one leg away from a quarter-final place, and that's exactly what he's done. And another 15-dart leg from Wes Newton. And that's the fourth leg on the trot that's gone against the throw.
So Michael Mansell against Joe Cullen waiting in the wings. Both of them took out seeds yesterday. Mickey Mansell taking out the reigning Dutch champion Kim Huybrechts, who won this event last year. And Joe Cullen seeing off John Parp 6-1.
Yes, and all 6 of his winning legs were 15 and under, weren't they? 3 13s, a 14 and a couple of 15s, I believe.
So playing very well, the man from Bradford this weekend.
Played in a charity football match a couple of years ago and he scored 7 goals. He was on Bradford City books a little while. And it's good to see he keeps himself in trim as well.
60. Western Pro 137.
So to go out in style, he's knocked off the odd 7. He'll look to, yes, leave 50 when he comes back. But a ton 80 here would put some pressure on the shot from Kellett.
Yeah, wasted that first start, didn't he? So makes it a little bit easier for Wes. Double top, hasn't missed this a lot today and hasn't done again. A good tidy match from Wes Newton, just under the 105 average. He beat Stuart Kellett 6 legs to 3, and we'll see him in the quarter-finals this evening. Well, coming up now, Mickey Mansell takes on the rock star Joe Cullen. Be coming up very shortly, so don't go far. We're here live on pdc.tv on the YouTube.
Well, Wes, 104 average. I think a great game.
Yeah, it's a really good game. And I knew coming into this I had a tough game because I've not beat Stuart before. We've played twice and Stuart's won both times. So, you know, I really had to get my head on. And this is a game I wanted to win. So, yeah, it's a really good game. A lot of positives to take. And, you know, I'm happy. Crowd were fantastic. Let's have it.
That now means you're in the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, you know who your opponent's going to be. It's going to be Michael van Gerwen. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, Michael's he's a fantastic player. You know, he's been the best player for a year, maybe 2 years. He's playing really well at the minute. So he's the world champion. I've got nothing to lose. I'm playing well. I'll come up here and I'll give it my best. I've beat Michael before. Michael's beat me. So hopefully it'll be a good game. Good for the crowd.
En dat zal de eerste wedstrijd vanavond zijn op het podium. Dames en heren, geven we nog één keer hartelijk applaus. Wes Newton! En nog even de korte vertaling. Ik vroeg hem hoe de wedstrijd was bevallen. Heel goed natuurlijk. Hij had 2 keer eerder tegen Stuart Kellett gespeeld. Nog nooit gewonnen, dus dit